We're kind of in the middle of what I think of as the fifth wave of influencer marketing. The first wave was more around people that were influential in user forums and Usenet groups. The second wave was more about tech bloggers. It then evolved into sort of the meme generators like the Cheeseburger Network and then the mommy blogger craze. And now you've got sort of the handheld names becoming household names, right? So Instagram and people who are popular on Instagram really kind of becoming this next wave. This has been happening for maybe 2 years. In fact, I think 83% of influencers who are paid as sponsored influencers on Instagram have been paid as influencers for less than 2 years. So that gives you a sense of kind of how nascent the industry is and also how much of a gold rush it is. So there's about $3 billion worth of money that's been moved into that market in the last 2 or 3 years. Well, I think the dangers are really that there's a lot of new tools, a lot of new platforms, things that are coming onto the market that are billing themselves as turnkey. And so they're treating influencers almost like their media inventory, things that can just be bought, right? You can buy blocks of influencer posts, and they're not, right? They're not ad space, they're people. And as soon as you have influencers start posting things that they don't believe in, it starts to sort of foretell that the bubble's going to burst. And there's a lot of that right now. There's a lot of brands buying influencer posts from influencers that never met the brand. They don't have a relationship. They don't really have any passion for the brand. And that's going to lead to the bubble bursting. So that's the concern. The way around it, is identify influencers that really love your brand. Identify influencers that have momentum, ones that are on the upswing. Identify influencers that are interconnected in a network of influencers. They don't just have a lot of followers, but they're actually a part of the community. And you can map all these things now using various tools. And when you do that, you identify influencers that'll be a good partner for the brand instead of just buying posts as if they're media inventory. But they're all sort of assimilating into tiers, if you will, right? There's the micro influencers, and there's the sort of top tier influencers, and then there's the middle influencers. And it's different at each tier, if you will. The micro influencers, I think, candidly, are not going to succeed when the bubble bursts. There's a lot of people who are they're not great at content production. They're just regular users on social media. They're taking advantage of the trend right now, and good for them. But unless you're really actually a great storyteller, a great content producer, then you're probably not going to be able to stand the test of time. At the top tier influencers, they're all starting to become more interested in things like being creative directors with brands, being consultants with brands. They're becoming more enmeshed in the fabric of marketing, more of the business of marketing, which is the right thing for them to do personally, but it's also what's going to accelerate the bubble bursting, because when the influencers who are the best at content production disappear or stop publishing as frequently as they do because they're spending time in marketing boardrooms, the whole influencer ecosystem will feel it. And then in the mid tiers, where you've got a lot of influencers who have real opportunities to make this their actual career path as opposed to just being a side job, but they need to really kind of stay focused on what works, and that is great storytelling, great content, working with brands that are authentic, and not sort of taking the bait of black hat tactics, right? Like fake followers, fake engagement, Instagram pods, etc. But just focus on what's gotten you here and keep doing it.